Seltzer Kings
podcasts.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
It's that time of year, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Boys Watching Buffy. We're just two boys watching every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I'm Joe Welke.
I'm Vance.
And today we're doing a lovely little season 6 recap episode. We finished it off. Only one season left. Oh my goodness. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Oh, I don't know. But we will be giving our thoughts on season 6. Yeah, these ones are generally long ones. So everyone's going to be popping their champagne.
Yeah, pour your glass of wine and get settled in.
Yep, because we got a lot to cover about season 6. We're going to talk about our favorite villains, favorite episodes, least favorite villains, moments, predictions, questions, etc. Are you excited for this, Vance?
Yeah, I'm excited. This was a trickier one. And I'm not excited I'm still trying to figure out my season rankings. Yeah.
That is, I think I've got a pretty clear one. At the top, it's tough for me.
The top is easy. The
bottom is way easy.
The bottom is
for
easy.
Me.
The bottom one is easy for me. The top two are easy for me. The middle three is where I get a little tricky. Because
that's where it gets tough, dude.
I don't know where to put season 1.
I mean, we'll find out by the end of this episode where we're going to be arguing about everything, and maybe we'll be more simpatico than I think. But I think a great place to start for this season 6 recap episode is to go over our predictions from last season's recap, where we thought season 6 was going to go, what we thought was going to happen. And there's some interesting predictions here. There's some very interesting stuff.
This was our best prediction ever.
Yeah. We had some good ones. Had some that were like off the mark, but that's going to happen.
But there
were more hits. There were more hits than misses.
The big one now. The big one of the season is one that we argued about.
Yes. For quite a while.
And somehow we both were right.
Yeah. All right. Should we do it by each of our predictions? Like, just run down mine?
Yeah, just run down yours. Yeah.
All right. So last season, during our season 5 recap, I predicted in season 6, number 1, Anya was going to invest in AMC and become a bajillionaire. That was a joke, but it also didn't happen. So, okay. I predicted that Xander and Anya will marry in season 6. Got that one wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They got close. No cigar.
Yeah.
No cigar. I predicted that Buffy and Spike will hook up. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
In a big, big way. I predicted that Spike was going to read a poem that he wrote for Buffy. Did not happen.
Should have happened.
Should still happen. I think that still might happen.
Okay.
But yeah, that's an X for season 6. Dawn will need to be saved a lot that season. I mean,
yeah, that's such low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's just like saying Buffy's going to be in it.
Yeah.
I did predict that Dawn would slay a vampire this season, and that did happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
did. Dawn will get more storylines regarding her own life and possibly she and her friends. She got that one episode.
I'm not giving it to you. Yeah.
She got that one episode and that was that. Like she
kind of got the Vengeance Demon episode too, but she doesn't have any of her friends there. So can't give it to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't give that to me either. That lasted for one episode and I was like, oh, and then fucking nothing.
Yep.
Willow becomes evil after gaining more power. It will consume her. She is the magic. That did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Willow raises Buffy from the dead within the first 2 episodes. Happened.
Mm-hmm.
When Buffy is revived, she's going to make a snappy retort about her burial outfit. That did not happen. And then the big one. The big one was that I thought that when Buffy is brought back from the dead, she will be grateful that she was revived, but Willow will think that Buffy isn't seeming very grateful and will resent Buffy for that.
Oh, so you were a little wrong on... Wait, you think Buffy... You said that Buffy would be grateful.
Yes, that's what it's written here, friend. And shout out to shout out for going back and compiling all of these predictions that we had and having it pinned to our Discord for us to look at. Yeah, I did say that I thought that Buffy would be happy that she was back alive. And Willow was going to say that she wasn't grateful enough or she needed to be more grateful.
Okay. So you have half of that right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So those are my predictions.
I thought you had that fully right. I didn't realize you thought that Buffy... I think that's where our argument came in because I was vehemently opposed to Buffy being happy that she was coming back.
So those were my predictions. I feel like I got a fair few of them correct. Some of them were pretty safe bets, but didn't have too many like swinging for the fences on that one. But I'm happy with my predictions and how they panned out.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching, we're calling it blind, but you got some stuff. All right, so on to mine. My first one is that Buffy meets Amy the Rat and Joyce in the afterlife and have a conversation that makes her decide to come back. I got
mental hospital one.
I know.
That's what's so crazy.
I'll give myself like 33% for that.
Yeah.
Seeing Joyce and having a conversation and literally deciding to come back.
Yeah. I'll give that to you. 33% is a good percentage. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Xander gets superpowers or begs Willow to give him superpowers. I think I've had that prediction for 2 seasons running. Will I do it another time? It did not come true. Let's see. Buffy and Spike finally hook up. Spike writes her a poem. We both had that. We got the hookup, no poetry. Giles goes full Ripper and it's scary. I don't think we get that.
No. I mean, he gets witch powers. He gets like really badass, but it's not Ripper.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get continuation of the killing of Dr. Intern Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played 0 part in this season. Had to answer to no one for that.
Nothing. Killing a person changes you, except for me.
Yeah.
All right. I predicted that Tara and Willow would break up, at least for a little bit.
Nailed that one.
Willow's powers would go off the rails.
Nailed that one too.
Yeah. Spike somehow has adopted Dawn or is her pseudo guardian. A little off screen. We never really get to see it.
I'll give you that one.
I got this one wrong. Anya gets baby crazy.
Yeah.
I really thought that was going to happen.
Nah.
They will use teleportation portals to travel somewhere.
Giles?
No, there's no portals. I was basing that off of Doc with the portals.
Oh,
talk,
okay.
But there is teleportation. So I'm giving myself another 33%.
I'd even bump that up. I'd bump it to a good old 40.
All right, thank you. And then I have maybe mention of Riley, but we don't ever see him again, but we do see Oz again. Way off on that one.
Missed the mark on that one.
Now, this is not in my official predictions from the last recap that we did, but my argument was that Buffy would be pissed off that she was brought back and resent Willow.
The note that I see here from Shish's shout out says that Buffy wanted to die and she's tired of fighting and she'll not be happy about being revived.
Yes.
Which, yeah, that was way, way true.
Yeah.
Way true. I also have a couple other ones for you here.
Okay.
So you said that you didn't see Dawn's theft playing a part in season 6.
Way off.
Yeah, that kind of did come back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Oz comes back. Okay, yeah. But yeah, the big one where we had a big disagreement at the end of the season 5 recap was about whether Buffy would be happy to be alive again.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you hit the nail on the head with like her being tired of fighting.
Yeah.
I think like later on, she's happy to be alive. She even kind of says it. She does kind of say it.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
But that episode where Willow says to Tara, I thought that Buffy was going to be more grateful. Me and you were like, and also then Buffy's like, I'm tired of fighting. This place is hell. Yeah. Me and you were both like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah. The wording, the exact words. It was wild watching that episode.
Yeah, man, that was nuts.
I did write down a couple random predictions that we had during, like bigger predictions that we had during the season. And in episode 104, you question if Willow would kill Giles. And then I said they would have to do an exorcism on Willow to get the magic out. Never really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 106, we said that Richard becomes a vigilante. Richard was, I think Richard is Xander's friend that came to the party.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't even know who
I know,
Richard
I was looking
is.
at Richard. I was like, who was that? And then I have said that the mental institution reality would never be brought up again. It did get brought up.
Gets brought up. Like
it gets brought up twice.
Times.
Yeah. So they do reference it. I didn't think they would. And yeah, that's about it.
So I wonder where our predictions will lie for season 7. But before we get into our big old honking predictions, let's do some recapping about this season 6. We've got listener polls. We've got our own certain things. And yeah, so let's get into it. Let's talk best and worst episodes, Vance. Now, I say this every recap. I like starting with hate and ending on a good note. So I think we should go what we thought were the worst episodes of season 6 first.
Okay.
I'll start it off hot.
Okay.
I did not think that Bargaining Part 2 was a good episode. That is the one where there are the biker demons and Buffy is still shell-shocked from returning from the dead. And the Scoobies are like running around trying to catch Buffy. And then eventually Dawn and her have to meet at the glory site where Buffy first died. And that's kind of what snaps Buffy back to reality. Biker demons were kind of a lame villain, I felt like. They were like a run-of-the-mill threat, I feel.
They took over the town, though.
Yeah, but did they? Everybody takes over the town, Vance.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also just don't like... It reminded me of those things like when Buffy came back from L.A., and they just get into a big fight and nobody has a conversation about it. And then after the big fight, everything's like, oh, okay, I guess we're good. Like, you knew Buffy was coming back from the dead. I was just kind of watching it like, all right, let's get over with this and like let's get into the actual season. You know, this isn't going to be the whole season of a feral Buffy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I kind of thought that one was one of the worst episodes of the season.
Okay. One of my least favorite episodes, which is surprising. Like I was looking through the episodes, and there's some ones that I don't like, but there weren't a ton of like, oh, this is awful. That's what I noticed.
There were no standout horrible episodes like in season 4 where it was like that one where they're banging in the void.
Yeah. So this one is smashed.
Okay.
And a reason I don't like it, one, we get Amy the Rat back, which great in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't love how she came back and was negging Willow and just the whole like reaction of like everything with Amy was not great, I thought.
Yeah.
Then Buffy was defending Willow all the time throughout this.
Mm-hmm.
And then relating everything that they were talking about with Willow and her magic addiction to her hooking up with Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, it was just one. I remember watching this and being like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, one of my least favorite episodes is Wrecked, the next episode, where Amy takes Willow to Rack.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like where the real addiction metaphor starts kicking off, which I thought was not well done and kind of weird. And it's like Buffy and Spike in the aftermath of fucking through a building. And then Buffy's like, no, I'll never do this. It was the start of the, no, I'll never do this. No, I'll never do this.
Yes. Yeah. Wrecked is like number 4 on my list of that.
Yeah.
But it is. Those two, Smashed and Wrecked. Not great. You get the addiction and then the hookup and will they, won't they, will they, won't they, will they, won't they.
Yeah, and I think that is this the one too where Willow wrecks the car and Dawn is all mad at her and
My biggest issue with this whole section here is that, and one of my biggest like least favorite things about the season overall is that Willow gets off the hook. Buffy never confronts Willow.
Yes.
Outside of her being like an evil witch and them fighting, but they never have like a human friendship one-to-one talk about what happened. And because we added the magic addiction, it was like, oh, she can't have this talk because Willow's having a magic addiction. And then by the time we get to the end, they can't have the talk because Tara's dead. So it's like, oh, and I think next season they can't really have the talk because now it's like, Willow's like, I've been through so much, guys. I've been through so much. And it was like they gave her too many outs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to like yell at Willow or like reprimand her because of all of the like excuses, but like she's still doing like horrible shit. Yes. Like she got Dawn in trouble, which is like Buffy's kryptonite.
She broke her arm.
You can't. Yeah. For like one half of an episode. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that where it's like there was no reprimanding, no repercussions at all for Willow. And I know that that's like a thing with like
just give me the scene. Just give me the scene where Buffy like really lays into her. That's all. And she was about to, and then tabula rasa, and she passes out. Like that was the closest we got.
Yeah, man. And then that just must have wiped her fucking head completely clear because like it never gets brought up.
Yeah.
And even when, I mean, you brought it up, even towards the end of the season when Willow's gone full dark and she's just using magic like for everything, Buffy's handling her with kid gloves the entire time. Like, maybe you shouldn't really be doing that, Willow. And Willow's just like an unhinged, frothing at the mouth maniac.
Buffy, you've just been shot. She just took a bullet out of your chest. She's driving the car from the back seat and looks like she's unhinged. And you're like, let's think about this. Let's think about this.
When did you dye your hair? But yeah, I'm completely with you on that. Yeah. Like I wrote a big section about that in my recap portion, and we're just gonna address it right now.
Yeah, it just has to be addressed. It's what we expected from the season. Like at least from my perspective of Buffy's not gonna be happy to be back, and she's not happy to be back, and she takes it all in silence, even when she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Willow, that you have to deal with a breakup." It's like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Willow being a magic addict and having a breakup, and then her girlfriend dying. It's like all three things, and it's all stuff for Willow, but none of it gets Buffy to address bringing her back.
And I understand like the part of if you're a hero, like if you're a hero like Buffy is, like you have to. It's always the trope of like, oh, the hero rides this like silent journey of all that stuff, but it's also like Buffy's a human and she has friends. She's not alone. She's a part of all of this, and I know that they can't really quote unquote understand her journey and what it's like to be the Slayer or whatever, but they can relate to her on a human level. And like there isn't even an attempt to relate to her on a human level, and Buffy doesn't try to do it. Like when Giles talks to her about, oh, you could still ask for help. It's like, yeah.
She did that, and you let her go on her own.
Yeah, and you're just like, no, I'm not helping you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and here's my thing. Buffy never had a problem last season when they were talking about killing Dawn to save the world, and she's like, if any of you touch Dawn, I will kill you. Like she straight up said that to them in the season 5 finale. And this one, she can't even yell at them and be like, hey guys, you fucked up, bringing me back.
I mean, Willow breaks Dawn's arm, and the most reprimanding she gets is a slap from Dawn, and then Buffy gives her a dirty look. And then Buffy's like about to reprimand her, and then Willow's like, I'm an addict. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And then Buffy's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. And then Dawn just forgets that magic broke her arm, and she's like, why are we throwing away all of Willow's magic stuff? It's like, were you not in that car?
Yeah, were you not in Rack's fucking crack house?
Do you not remember slapping her with your one good arm?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Wrecked was one of my least favorite. Smash and Wrecked. What else? What other ones you got?
Okay, so I put Normal Again on my list. And only just because of the episode's not as bad as it's not that bad overall.
Yeah. This is the mental hospital one.
This is the mental hospital one. And I had a lot of fun during our mental hospital bit.
Yeah.
But just a little mindfuck ending, which is lessened because they bring it up and kind of joke about it and really push it to the side of like, this isn't real. So it's fine. But in the moment, I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending, but I like the mindfuck of the episode, but I don't like the lack of follow-up on it and the like no clear answer. And like, dude, I know we talked about it to death on the actual episode, but that last scene, I still feel like breaks it.
Yeah, it's a fuck you. Not at least like is it real? Wink to the audience. But then they bring it up in the later episodes where they're laughing about it.
Yeah. And I mean, I know they were going for an Inception spinning top type of thing. Like, was it all a dream? Is it still a dream? Blah, 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 blah. I just
didn't think this show needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like taking kind of pot shots at the viewership of like, why would you think this is silly? Because of the vampires and the witches and all this crazy stuff. And like, yeah.
Because you can do meta stuff. You can do meta stuff like that. And they have done that before. Without fully breaking the whole world and making the whole thing seem unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have that one on my list, but I can see the argument. The last one that I have on my list is Gone, where Buffy becomes invisible. And she ruins Doris's life.
Yeah.
I was like, Buffy's the villain in this episode. Like, I'm not on board with this. The reason why the trio wants to do invisibility is creepy, but not creepy enough. Oddly, they want to go to a wax salon. It's not Like, if you're going to be a creep, be a better creep, you know? Like,
And we see them be better creeps later.
yeah. So, yeah, just the whole thing of Buffy, like, just being a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be on her side about it. Like, I didn't buy it. I didn't like it. And then this is also Willow being cold turkey and, like, trying not to use magic, and she was about to use magic, and Aunt Xander comes in and he's like, "Hey, were you about to use magic?" She's like, "Oh, what? So this is my fault all of a sudden? Oh, fuck you. This is just, I'm trying. I'm not doing it. And it's like, we just saw you about to do it.
I was fine with that because she apologizes later, and that's just what people do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't like seeing that side of Buffy. I know it was supposed to be funny, and
Yeah, I don't think that was. I thought they went to, her just screwing over an innocent person. Doris would have needed to be more of an asshole for her being
Yes.
screwed over to count. But she was like just a social worker doing her job.
Yeah. So that rounds out my worst episodes. I don't have any honorable mentions because I agree with you. Like there wasn't a lot of like really intense bottom episodes.
Yeah. I do have Grave on my list of least favorite episodes. Because the first half I like, the second half, as we talked about, as the listeners have probably already listened to, just that breaking point when she decides that it's no longer time to attack her little personal vendetta and it's time to destroy the world. That's when it lost me. Keep it personal, keep it small, keep it intimate.
Yeah. Like about halfway through that episode, it's kind of like, nah.
Yeah, and
don't
then
like where that's going.
And Giles is just gonna lie on the floor for the rest of the episode.
He really did.
He really did. That was it.
He was laying, bro. He laid everywhere. He laid on the ceiling.
And then he's like, "I'm dying." No, I'm not. It's like, what?
Psych. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a fan of the second half of Grave, and that ending just for that to be the wrap up of Willow's story.
Yeah.
Not for me.
All right. So those were our least favorite episodes. Our listener poll. Here's what they had on their least favorite episodes. We had Normal Again. I don't know why. I don't know why that would be like a hated one. I feel like that one's pretty. I don't know. I didn't like. I don't know. It's such a divisive one for me because I'm like looking at it and thinking about the episode and being like, I liked everything until that last scene.
Yeah. I just didn't think that I like the idea that someone brought up on Discord of that it was her way of coming back.
Her choosing to come back.
But then they do it again with Grave where she crawls out of a grave again.
Yeah. Normal Again. So that one got the most votes. The one that got the most first place votes, though, is Seeing Red. And I'm not sure why exactly. I kind of thought that one was pretty decent.
I guess I don't remember the episode being that great, except for it has a great line in it. With his
say goodnight, bitch. Good night, bitch. Kick.
Yeah, it's got some okay stuff in it, but the ending is really what stands out.
I mean, I thought that the ending was really dramatic and serious and
but
like
if you take
cliffhanger.
I'm saying if you take the ending out of it, how's the rest of the episode? What do you remember from that episode?
Jetpacks trio planning on turning on Jonathan, the amusement park.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of Xander Buffy talking.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's not that bad. I don't think.
No, it's not that. I don't think it was that bad either.
All right.
I just know the ending elevates it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then we also had Double Meat Palace on the listeners' poll. Mm-hmm. Thought that one was like a quirky one. That one was okay. Yeah. That was pretty mid. And Older and Far Away. That's the one with Dawn and Halfrek, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one made a kind of honorable mention on my least favorite. I don't dislike it fully because you get the introduction of Clem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have to mention this. I should mention this now. I did forget to put some of the villains on the villains list. I forgot about this demon that was in the sword.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy too.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I also forgot about future Xander demon. Forgot about him. But yeah.
But yeah, that kind of wraps up the least favorite episodes from our listeners. None of the ones that they have on here made my list. So, but I can see arguments for some of them. Seeing Red, I will disagree with though. But yeah. All right. Let's get on to the good times here, Vance. Let's talk about our favorite episodes of the season.
This should be a pretty quick one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we're going to have a lot of similarities here. Here, you kick it off.
So obviously, our first one is going to be Entropy, right? I'm gonna go with one that I wrote down when we first started doing this season. I was like, you know what I'm gonna do to make this easier on myself? If I like an episode, I'm gonna highlight it, and I only highlighted one episode in all my notes. So I'm sticking with this episode being one of the best, even though it's not gonna really hit, and it's Flooded.
Really?
And the reason, and we talked about this on the podcast of Flooded, and the reason, it was the 4th episode of the season, I think, so it's really far away. But I kept this here because this is where I was like, this is an epitome of a Buffy episode.
Okay, fair enough.
We get the trio coming in. We got Buffy dealing with the flooding in her place. Tito shows up for the first time. She has that big fight scene in the bank, and she tosses a gun. And she's like,
these
got a
things
letter
aren't
opener.
good for anything.
And then these guys are threatening that demon, and Warren is showing himself to be like really shady, like giving the address. Giles gets knocked out again.
Yeah, that is a pretty classic Buffy episode.
Yeah, and he references it later.
All right.
Yeah, it just was a fun moment and a fun vibe and this new trio. And it's probably not the best episode, like one of the best episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with this highlighting episodes did you just forget to keep doing that, or was this like
it was like after, because I watch these usually the night before and then we talk about it. So I haven't had a lot of time to think about it. So during the podcasting is when I normally gather my thoughts on an episode.
Okay.
And I just remember, I was like, I like this one. I'm just going to mark it. And this way I'd have like a couple marked and I could just pick and choose. Because at the end of the season, it's so hard to remember these 22 that we've only watched once.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. Like when I look over some of these and I see what occurred in this season, I'm like, oh my God, that was this season? That seems like forever ago.
Yeah, it was so many times where I was like, is the body episode this season?
I think Flooded was an episode where I was like, oh God, that happened this season. Yeah. Okay. Before we get into like the pretty obvious ones, I'll do my like kind of honorable mention here. I had Life Serial, which is kind of the big coming out party for the trio where they're like showing off all of the crazy shit they can do. And they attack Buffy one by one as kind of like a game of one-upsmanship where Warren has Buffy caught in some kind of weird time thing where everything else is frozen around her except for her, or
it's moving fast.
And like she keeps losing time. And then Andrew summons a demon to attack her at the construction site, and then Jonathan gets her in a time loop and she has to figure out a way to get out of the time loop. That was the one where I was like, oh, these guys, if they actually work together, could be a real threat and they could really fuck with Buffy good. I thought that was a fun one too. Like, cause it was also just like a 3-act vignette type of thing.
Yeah. And just all the stuff at the Magic Box is great. That Groundhog Day.
Yeah. I really dug that one.
Yep. Should we just say Once More with Feeling made it on the top?
Yeah, that one definitely.
It was It was a fun episode. I thought they did a good job of balancing, adding musical elements in it with also keeping with the story that they were telling. Now, I didn't love that they didn't follow up with the story the next episode, but I also did like the next episode, Tabula Rasa, which was my number 2. So it's it's one of those things where it's like, man, I really wish we could really air out these grievances, but everyone forgetting their memory, and then just the character work in the Magic Box of Randy. What was it? Randy Giles. Yeah.
Oh, what's that mean? Just horny Giles. And just then Giles and Anya thinking they're married. Mm-hmm. Buffy and Dawn realizing they're sisters.
Yeah.
And having that like sistery moment. Mm-hmm. Xander and Willow thinking they're a couple.
Yep. Yeah.
But then Willow also still having feelings for Tara randomly.
Yeah.
Having those close-faced breathing moments with her in front of her assumed boyfriend Xander.
And her realizing, oh no, Willow, what did you do?
Yeah.
I told you not to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had Once More with Feeling. Mm-hmm. Once More with Feeling and Tabula Rasa. Those are up there for me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was also kind of like the Willow not really giving a fuck about what anybody says to her and just being like, I'm just going to do magic anyway. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. And along that vein, other episode, I had villains on there.
Yep.
Hunting down Warren and flaying him. Like that was a big dramatic thing, you know? And I also coupled with that 2 to Go as well. Like I thought that those were good lead up episodes. I was excited to see how it was going to end, where it was going. Dark Willow had good, like, and that's what makes a great villain is you can see their logic and their reasoning.
Yep.
And I was like, oh man. And 2 to Go with the ending with Giles showing up. Great cliffhanger ending. Got me so fucking pumped, dude.
Oh yeah. Buffy's
when
great
he walked through that door. Oh, it was so good. Buffy and Willow's fight was great.
I'll show you what a Slayer is. Yeah.
Yeah. So good, dude. And it was also just like, when Buffy's talking about like, oh, you want to see what a fucking Slayer is? Like cracking her knuckles. Okay,
you want to
bitch.
see what a fucking Slayer is? You want to see what a Slayer is? I'll show you what a Slayer is.
Such good lead ups.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Because we're New Yorkers. Yeah, I mean, those two together, the whole Willow on the Hunt, fantastic.
I have like honorables as like Hell's Bells. I kind of enjoyed Hell's Bells just as a fun little one-off thing. And I also had Double Meat Palace just because I enjoyed some of it too. Like Double
Meat Palace was pretty good.
Double Meat Palace is the beer bad, the gingerbread.
Yeah, I feel like Double Meat Palace is another one of those like kind of classic Buffy one-offers.
This is a season 1. Double Meat Palace has season 1 vibes. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what the listeners. Obviously, Once More with Feeling. Big lot of votes for that one, obviously. Tabula Rasa, it's another one. Villains, also a big favorite with the flaying of Warren, getting to see Willow get some revenge. Grave is on here. Interesting. Very, because I know on the podcast we talked about like, I'd be curious to see what the fandom thinks about it. Apparently they got a high opinion of how this season ends. I didn't feel the same.
And just remember, this is a limited selection of people who replied, so it doesn't speak for everybody.
True. And then Double Meat Palace appears on the list as well. So yeah.
I like when stuff. I like when one appears on least favorite and also kind of favorite.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do some moments that we like from the season?
Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about. Okay, so do you want to do least or favorite? Because I'll just run through because I know we want to get to the Q&A, but I did write down a bunch of stuff that I can run through. So least favorite or favorite?
I'm a hater first, Vance.
Okay. So overall, mine is fuck the Scoobies.
Oh yeah. Well, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
For fucking 100% sure, dude. Like the Scoobies suck ass.
Yes. And I think there's a Q&A question of like which one we like or think is the worst, whatever. So we'll answer that then. But I was like, fuck the Scoobies. Giles not sending Buffy money. You know, one check and then bounces just like her deadbeat dad. Who never shows back up except for in her weird mental hospital fantasies. I don't even think he's real.
You think that she was immaculate conceived?
Yeah, I don't think. Maybe that's where Slayers come from because we never see them with their dads. Like Faith never mentioned hers, really.
Yeah.
Kendra. Yeah.
Slayers are like strippers. Yeah. They have no.
No, strippers have dads. They're just like daddy issues.
Not a good relationship with them.
Her dad took her to Disney on Ice all the time until he stopped.
That is true. Yeah, he did. Till Daddy Angel took her.
Calling another vampire daddy. We talked about the whole Buffy never confronting Willow stuff, so I won't bring that up anymore. I didn't, and I talked about evil Willow going from her personal vendetta to like a world-ending scenario plan, which I thought was not great and grave. Xander getting people killed with song and dance spell, and nobody is upset about it.
Yeah, it's just like a Xander.
Yeah, I get it. They wanted a quick little joke, but whatever. Yeah. Amy the Rat returning and negging Willow, and then there's no payoff yet for Willow threatening Amy when Amy came to the door to do something. So is Amy going to play a bigger role next season? We don't know. I
doubt it. I think Amy's done.
Wait for my predictions.
Okay.
The mindfuck ending of Normal Again gets rectified later, but didn't love the moment in the moment.
Yeah.
Didn't love Xander firing Buffy from construction job because demons attacked. That was the best job she had. Those guys
good at it.
She was good at lifting stuff because she's strong, and that's all construction is apparently. But those guys were complete assholes to her. But they would have grown up like her. They would have grown up like her. She
least favorite. Yeah. I'd have been more least favorite. The guys being dicks to her.
No, Xander saying demons not at my workplace. Get out of here, Buffy. Is more than Xander.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
How many times does she have to save Xander for her? He can't give her one little. He chooses bros before hoes on that situation. Bros before slayers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll throw some shade at Xander when the shade is warranted. Dawn's kleptomania I thought could have had a bigger payoff, but it's whatever. It's not that bad. I understand it's a kleptomania general thing for kids to act out, so they just have that. But it could have paid off in a more fantastical way, especially since she wasn't the one that started the sweets dance. Situation. If she would have started that, then that would have been a big payoff of like her kleptomania led to this whole thing.
Yeah.
But they don't even give her that. So, and lastly, Tara getting back with Willow. I completely understand it story-wise, and it had led to a great payoff. But yeah, Tara.
Poor Tara, dude. She did not. They did her dirty too.
She was like the girlfriend in all those like action movies that has to die so the person can either turn bad
go on
or
a revenge tour.
Go on revenge, yeah.
Okay, so my least favorite moments that I got here, and a lot of them are going to be the same. And it's also a lot of stuff that we've talked about before. So I'll just knock out some of the stuff that we've already talked about, like Willow's magic addiction. I didn't really like the one-to-one there where they're trying to make it seem like a drug addiction. Willow, basically just the ending of season 6 of just defeating Willow with the power of love, which we talked about last. I mean, I thought that was so lame.
So bad, yeah.
It was so lame. I put Dawn's entire existence. Just her flip-flopping between, like, once we thought that we had it solved of, like, you don't even want to be around me. Then the next episode, like we see it get resolved, and then the next episode it's the same thing, and it goes all the way until the last, I want to show you the world. Like, she's so fucking annoying, dude.
Buffy, you haven't seen anything. What do you mean?
She's such a brat, and I get that. It's like,
yes,
she's a teenager. It's supposed, but like we saw when Buffy, Willow, and Xander were teenagers, and they weren't like that.
Yeah, because they were already 25.
I mean, maybe we're like rewriting history, because Buffy did have the flip-flopping of, I don't want to be a Slayer. I just want to be a normal girl.
We're not rewriting history. We called that out every time it happened. It was so annoying.
Yeah.
It was like,
so maybe
I wish I could be a regular person. Kendra shows up. Well, actually, I want my powers back.
Yeah. So maybe she was just as bad as Dawn, and I'm just like looking at that with rose-colored glasses.
It doesn't help when Dawn finds out that her sister was almost raped and tries to be like, "Oh, you didn't even tell me."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you want to have a little sympathy, a little empathy for your sister that you brought back to life.
Yeah.
She died for you and saved you from a tower twice.
Yeah. So just Dawn being a brat and unlikable, that's a big no-no for me this season. Not being able to reprimand Willow, which we've talked about, for her awful behavior, because she's always got some kind of excuse. Look, I mean, you can have an excuse, but that's no excuse. You can have a reason, but it's not an excuse.
She could have had all of those. I just needed the one scene where Buffy lays into her.
Yes. And also, the last one that I'll say here really is just nobody in general caring about Buffy's feelings.
Yes. Not at all.
Just nobody. And then a lesser one that I have here is not getting an answer for what it was Buffy and Angel's meeting.
Yeah.
Not getting any kind of like, but I mean,
I don't know if I need to see it, but I didn't like the way they teased it on a cliffhanger to not show it.
Yes.
That's the issue.
On both shows.
Yes.
Spoiler alert for Angel. On both shows, they tease it. And then the next episode, they're like, I'd rather not talk about it. What? Bro, you can't do that.
You can't cliffhang it. You can't
bait and switch us like that. That's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, those were some of my least favorite moments / biggest disappointments, I guess, for season 6. But favorite moments.
All right.
Let's get into our favorite moments.
Say goodnight, bitch. Goodnight, bitch.
Dude.
Spin kick.
So that was so epic. I can't believe that's not a more epic Buffy quote.
It's better than out for a walk, bitch, in my opinion.
100%.
One, because it's pro Buffy.
Yes. Like that exchange is so great. She smashes his balls. He's being such a like his whole thing is like he's a misogynist. Buffy smashes his orbs, which is a 1-to-1 for his balls, which is like fuck the patriarchy. Good night, bitch. Kicks him across. Like that's so epic.
It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's not like a more. Maybe it is, and I'm just wrong.
True.
But that is like an amazing exchange. I'm getting choked up talking about. Like it's fucking great.
I know. I did like overall the build up to guns not being as strong as they are, and then
that's good.
Using guns for damage. Because we've been bringing it up forever, but I don't think in the beginning they knew. I think in the beginning they just didn't want guns to be like a part of this. Because it's just not as fun in the show if you have guns. Even though Darla whipped them out early.
I was going to say, except for Darla. That was very fun.
But this season, she's tossing guns left or right, side to side. Like, she's tossing them aside. And then that's... When Warren pulls out a gun, it was like, whoa, we're really doing that? So, yeah. You know what I liked? I liked Riley coming back well-adjusted and living his best life. and proving that leaving Sunnydale was the right decision.
Okay. I like that, yeah.
Like, I never need to see Riley ever again. And I'm happy for him for getting out of there. And it's the right thing for the show. And it was the right thing for him.
Okay, yeah. I'll be with you on that one.
The double meet training video.
Oh, that was excellent.
Great. This is one of the bads, though. I forgot. This is a bad thing, though, from it. Buffy not blackmailing them for money.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Buffy. You don't have to work at the double meet. Just blackmail them.
Bro, she goes back to work there and then quits like 3 weeks later. She like begs for her job back. And like, does she still work there?
She's still working there.
Good God.
You could have blackmailed them and said, just give me a paycheck. I'm not coming in. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Buffy wanting to work for a hard-earned $1. Fuck out of here. You work enough, dude.
Yeah, you just saved this place by killing the old woman that was eating people.
Yeah.
Whatever. The trio's planning board and their nerd culture banter throughout, plus the running joke of who was Andrew.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That running joke is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone seeing him being like, who? And then having to explain like, oh, I'm that guy's brother. Oh. Yeah. Don't you remember I did the monkey thing?
Yeah. All right, so just a couple more. Clem, overall.
Clem. Uh-huh.
And I need more Sophie.
Sophie's done.
I need more Sophie. I need more Sophie and Clem. The scene with Buffy and Spike at the wedding, we talked about ad nauseum. It's great.
Yep.
Really good scene between those two. And the invisible fight scene.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was excellent. The camera movements.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah. That one wasn't your favorite episode, but it has that moment.
Yeah. Some of my favorite moments from this all that you haven't mentioned, which is there's only going to be a couple because you hit the nail on the head on a lot of them. I wrote Amber Benson's singing in Once More with Feeling.
True. That was
a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah. That and I would also say Emma Caulfield's Anya singing.
Yeah.
That was another surprise. I thought she was a unsung hero of that one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like she had really funny lines like her bunny solo, like that rock and hair metal solo thing. But Amber Benson, just an excellent voice. I wasn't expecting. The oft imitated, never replicated Under Your Spell song. Like when that was, I was like, oh damn, all right, she's bringing it. Okay, I dig this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a very pleasant surprise. Giles returning to fight Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Epic return. I mean, I got chills when I saw him standing in that doorway. Yeah. I'd like to test that theory. So good.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the one that'll stoke the flames. One of my favorite moments, Xander leaving Anya at the altar.
I almost put Anya walking down the aisle to the dum dum da dum like as a moment because it's so powerful. It's so sad. It's so good.
The more that I've debated with people about whether or not he should have, the more I'm like, he dodged a bullet by not marrying Anya.
I am less upset as the listeners are of him not going through with the marriage because of the reasoning surrounding it. If it was just oh man, one woman the rest of my life, fuck this, then I'd be like, whatever. Or if he just randomly cold feet, if he didn't come back, I'm more upset that he decided to check into a motel for 3 days and then it was like, what happened? Like
the follow up after that's
You at least got to go home and face the music.
I mean,
and try to talk it out.
If you want to see the whole thing, hop on our Discord, join the Discord, Xander Debate Channel. I'll just lay out really quickly. Don't get married if there's a dead body in the room. Thought it was unreasonable of Anya to think that the wedding was going to just continue.
If you're not going to get married if there's a dead body in the room, then you're never going to get married, Joe. Because there's always going to be a dead body. There's always going to be a dead body. There's always going to be a dead body in the room.
Marriage is a scam. Don't get married, people.
Who's doing the scamming?
Big wedding, Vance. Big wedding. Dude, are you kidding me? Fucking wedding industry is crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to have a big wedding to get married.
Well, okay, yeah. That was mistake number one for old Xander. Getting his elope. Mm. That underrated eloping.
They would have had fun if they just went. You don't have to go to Vegas to get married, but they would have fun if they went to Vegas.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Dude,
can you imagine the demons in Vegas? Bro.
We kind of see some of that in the Angel show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But that kind of concludes my favorite moments. I think you got a lot of great ones in there. But there's a lot of good stuff in the season, like it's pretty decent.
Let's answer a couple of these two quick poll questions really quick.
Okay.
We asked everyone if they were Team Spuffy, Team Bangle, or Team Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 55.3% are Team Spuffy.
Unbelievable.
36.2% are Team Nobody.
Way, way better.
And then we have the rest is Team Bangle.
A little sliver for Angel. I mean, Team Nobody for sure.
I'm Team Nobody.
If those are the choices, Team Nobody.
I thought about putting Riley, but I know how much everyone hates Riley. So I just made it Team Nobody.
I mean, from a logistical real world standpoint, Team Riley, for sure. Like, he's the safest bet. But
at this point, I just want Buffy to date and then get rid of people. Short-term dating.
I want her to just be single. Take care of Dawn. You're a single mother. You don't got time to date.
No, but she's got to get hers.
Got hope.
Slay
Let's
makes
get her
her
a
horny.
Hitachi magic wand and she'll be good.
I mean, Faith had it almost right, besides her rapiness.
Oh, yeah. Screw him and lose him.
Like I say, Xander is a victim.
He is.
He's a victim, too.
Yeah. I just can't believe that. We got a lot of responses on this, too. And a lot of people are Team Spuffy. After everything. After everything. I mean, even at this point, Angel is surely better than Spike. I know that Spike.
You can argue Angel went after her when she was really young.
Yeah. So did Spike.
He didn't fall for her until college.
Yeah, okay.
He wasn't creeping on her from a car when she was in high school.
True.
Yeah.
But
other stuff.
But I mean,
yeah.
I get that he's charismatic. I get that he's funny. He's got quips. And James Marsters, the actor, great chemistry with Buffy. But oof.
All right. So the other question we asked is
yeah.
Is Sunnydale all in Buffy's head? And we
got a yes and we got a no.
And would you like to read the percentage?
We got a 100% no.
People are trying to save their mental fandom. They're like, no, it's not all in her head. It's not all in her head. It's not all in her head. Don't let it be. Don't let it be. Don't let it be.
Not one single person.
Yeah.
A single person said yes.
Amazing.
I love that, though. I love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
What should we
talk?
do?
Favorite villains, least favorite villains?
Cool. And do you want to follow that up with a little fashion corner?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. We can get through the villains quick, right? Let's speed through these villains. You like to start with the least, right?
I'm a hater first, Vance. Lover second.
Right. I'm going to run down my 3 least, and then you can do yours. Kind of in no particular order. Savolte Demon, the one laying the eggs. One too.
Yeah, that one was dumb. Riley was hunting this thing for fucking months all throughout America and South America. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah. Ghost Demon Dawn probably wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah, that one was dumb. Oh, this is the price that you pay for the dark magic. Oh, just turn it solid and crack its head like it's a fucking statue. Get out of here.
Dude, something like that happens. Well, I won't bring it up in Angel, but and Rack. Rack made my list.
Oh, you didn't like Rack?
I like the actor who also was Kralik.
Mm-hmm.
But when we get to the end, I started thinking about him, and I was like, what did he actually do besides sit in the chair and then say a couple of creepy things?
I have Rack on my honorable mention of favorite villains because he sent Willow more on her way. He empowered her to go dark. He was like kind of her Ra's al Ghul, if you would, with Batman and Batman Begins. He was her sensei into the dark.
Maybe if he put up a little bit of a fight at the end.
Fair. I mean, my note next to Rack in honorable mention is he was all right.
He's my least favorite, but like, yeah. I get it if people like him.
I have Mefashnik, the demon from Flooded that robbed the bank for the trio.
I didn't hate him as much. I thought him threatening the trio was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I also have Halfrek.
You didn't like Halfrek.
Did not enjoy Halfrek.
I liked Halfrek, but I didn't like her it was weird because I listed her as a villain, but I liked her for her scenes with Anya talking about Xander and other stuff and helping her with the Vengeance Demon with Spike thing, which weren't like villainy things to do necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But her as a villain in the Older and Far Away. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent. I liked her. I liked the character. I liked her at the wedding too.
See, I just didn't like it because like she's a vengeance demon. She just like put everybody, all the Scoobs under a spell. And then she's like being chummy with them afterwards. Like, is it the job of vengeance demon? Like after you do vengeance, you become friends with the people you just vengeance deemed?
Well, she's at the wedding for Anya, who is her friend.
But then she's being chummy with them. Like, hey, is everything okay? And I know that it's like part of her, like, yeah.
I didn't mind her as much, but it was hard to rank her as a villain.
Yeah, not a fan. But yeah, that's kind of like
that's the other ones. You hate women, it's fine, it's whatever.
The listeners also didn't like the Savolte demon. They also didn't like the ghost demon Dom wasn't supposed to see. They didn't like the biker gang, Razor and the Hellions. I thought they were kind of mid. They were all right. I mean,
but you didn't like the episode because of them.
Yeah,
you said they weren't good.
I didn't like the episode mainly because of Buffy being the feral thing, and
Razor was one of those ones where I was like, I kind of liked a little bit of him. They were quartering the Buffy bot. He almost killed Tara. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I thought he was like, okay. He's mid.
Yeah, that ghost demon sucked, though.
Yeah, ghost demon sucked balls.
That whole episode. I'm like, oh, and then Buffy's all like catatonic, like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. But let's talk favorites.
Favorites.
Who do you got on your favorite villains list?
Do you think we're going to have an overlap or no?
I think we will have some overlap.
All right. I got the trio, but mostly Warren.
I put Warren. I singled Warren out specifically.
Yes. The trio as a whole, though, they are a threat. And as a villain group that pops up, they have their moments. They're interesting, dynamic. So they're in there.
Yeah.
Now, my other two are just because I like to have fun with this show. So
Can I guess one? Yeah. Can I guess one?
Yeah.
Teeth the Lone Shark.
Teeth the Lone Shark is there.
I had him on there.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
He's not even that great, but just the fact that it's a shark that's a lone shark demon, it's just so funny.
Like, they put a lot of effort into like other demons and making them look like this is just a dude in a shark head.
And he's in a shark skin suit too.
Yeah. And he's just like wearing a fucking pinstripe suit. And
then just walking around normally in Sunnydale.
Yeah, teeth ruled.
Yeah. And then I like the old lady demon in Double Meat.
Oh, the dickhead demon?
Yeah.
The wig lady.
Yeah. Dude, she's like, what about the what was she saying? She ordered that.
Oh, what about the cherry pies?
Yeah, what about the cherry pie?
She gets a cherry pie and a coffee for $1.79 every day or whatever.
God, I feel like it's like 85 cents. I did mention earlier that we forgot the future Xander demon on the list and the sword demon in the walls.
I wouldn't have put them
on the list. Future
Xander demon.
Forgettable. Future Xander demon is interesting.
Yeah, he was effective.
Yeah. That's why I wish I would have had him on the list, but I don't know if he would have top 3 anything.
Some of the demons that are more like mental rather than physical, like he wasn't particularly strong physically, but he had a good plan, and I always respect a good plan.
Yeah, I didn't put the demon that did the needle in normal again because that was more of a trio thing. So yeah,
I put that guy in there just because I like how trippy that episode got.
Well, he wasn't on the list of that you could vote for. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I had him on my list though.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't on the actual poll.
So yeah, I had that guy, and I also had DeHoffrun.
Wait, as your favorite, the needle?
Yeah, the needle guy.
You actually in that podcast was like, I didn't like the look.
Yeah, I wrote here it didn't look that cool, but the episode was trippy, and it did effectively fuck with Buffy pretty hard. It got Buffy to turn on her friends and duct tape them all.
My thing with that is I pictured like all the demons that got summoned in the construction site and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of just put those all kind of under the trio.
Okay.
That was my
distinction.
Thought. Yeah.
All right.
Because they never, I guess they do kill this one at the end. He does become a physical thing that they break off and she like punches through his guts. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty effective. And like I said, I like a demon with a good plan, and it got Buffy like all out of sorts. Like she had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, true.
And then you had DeHoffrun.
DeHoffrun?
He got Ani to become a vengeance demon again.
Yeah, but she didn't do anything as a vengeance demon.
He brought a fucking octopus to the wedding. That's baller.
All right, whatever.
But I singled Warren out from the trio.
Okay.
Because, I mean...
Warren is nothing without the other two.
He's a scumbag. He's not likable. And he's a sleazy motherfucker. But he's a good villain.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Let's see what the listeners had here. Listener's favorite villain is Sweet.
Now, rest in peace to Hinton Battle. Passed away this year. I like the musical episode. I don't give Sweet as much credit for it because he doesn't play a bigger role throughout it. I didn't mind him and his. I like that he got away. I like that he just left. I like that it wasn't like, oh, they have to like kill him to stop the thing. Yeah.
Did you like that he got away? But before he did, he was like, oh, I'm not gay. Later.
I'm a demon, but yeah.
I don't swing that way. My pitchfork doesn't swing that way.
This 15-year-old girl was fine, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm a pedophile. I'm not gay.
And they're like, well, the Bengal people are on your side.
Yeah. Sweet didn't really register to me as like a good.
Well, you didn't like his song and dance, so I knew that you would never pick him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the listeners also had Teeth, the loan shark. Mm-hmm. I think they're simpatico with us on that about just like how fun of a look that guy had. Mm-hmm. And then also they had the trio, which understandable.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
This episode is brought to you by Etsy.
Oh.
Hear that?
Okay, thank you.
Etsy knows these aren't the sounds of holiday gifting. Well, not the ones you're hoping for. You want squeals of delight, happy tears,
How did you?
and spontaneously written songs of joy.
I am so happy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, the song needs a bit of work, but anyway, to get those reactions, make sure everyone on your list feels heard with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Gifts like personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, and home decor to celebrate all of your favorite people and their specific kind of special. For original gifts that say, I get you, Etsy has it.
All right, where should we go next? Oh yeah, Joe's Fashion Corner, best dressed, worst dressed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's break it down.
This is all you. I'm turning off.
I know
my
you
mic.
always sit this one out. You hear my reasoning, and then
I react to it sometimes.
You react to it sometimes, but all right. I only have one for each of these.
Okay.
Best dressed, I gave it to Anya. I thought Anya dressed really good throughout the season. Nothing too offensively bad. I don't think that she ever made the worst dressed list on Joe's Fashion Report /corner. And some of the stuff that she had that was a little bit weird, it wasn't egregious. Like there was one episode where she had like this like frilly sleeves. Like sometimes she has a little bit of a thing, but for the most part, she dresses professional, really fashionable. Liked her hair a lot. Like her dye job looks really good. And big moment of the entire season, she had a really excellent wedding dress. That wedding dress was beautiful, and she did a classic great bride moment where she gave everybody in the bridal party terrible dresses to make her look even better.
That's a point for getting married. You get to wear a fancy dress.
Just get a fancy dress and wear it out, people. But
don't be a psychopath and wear a wedding dress out randomly.
Wear it to Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, wear a wedding dress and go to In-N-Out Burgers.
Yeah. Maybe they'll give you free shit. Dude, if you wear a wedding dress out to places, they probably will give you free shit.
They will definitely think something.
Yeah. Wear it to Disney.
I don't know if the wedding dress cost is worth the free shit that you're getting when you go out.
How much do wedding dresses cost?
They're expensive.
All right, well then there's another point for not getting married. But yeah, she had a great wedding dress. I thought that she was great. I can think of like some standout outfits in my mind. But like, I mean, even that last episode run of the last 3 episodes, she had these like gold and black pants, which were fucking awesome pants. So yeah, Anya, in my opinion, for season 6, best dressed. Now,
can I just say something?
Sure.
This whole podcast we've been doing the worst of everything first.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get to your fashion corner section, you start with the best.
Because I think I always end on the fashion report /corner with the worst.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should
Because I think that's
that.
what people want to hear the most. Vance.
Yeah, I did make a cameo this season. There was no Willow thing. So I guess we should reveal what the poll that was the best.
The poll for the best dress, and I think it's because you all are a bunch of fucking simps.
I don't know if they're simps based on their reaction to other characters and the spuffiness. I don't know. I don't know if they actually like this character.
Best dressed went to Buffy, according to the audience poll, which Buffy had some good outfits. I'll give her that.
Does she have the most outfits? She would usually have the most outfits.
She has a lot of outfits. We'll give her that. But they kept sticking Buffy in the most ridiculous and silly hats all season long. And I can't get over it. They kept putting her in these little hats that looked like a loaf of bread. And they looked so stupid. There was one hat where she had like a nipple on the top of it. There was one that was like really fluffy like a loaf of bread. And then they also pair her with the black beanie a lot. Like she'll be looking great from neck down. And then just the addition of the hat ruins it for me. If they had just like fucking stopped it with her hat game, she probably would have been my best dress. Because again, pretty decent outfits all season long. But the hats are what knock her down. If I had a number 2, she probably would have been number 2 or number 3. But the hats killed it for me.
I like her new haircut.
Haircut's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Haircut's good. Yeah. The listeners had Anya at number 2. Fair enough. I like Anya. And then they had Spike at number 3. I kind of stopped putting Spike on my shit. Yeah. Just because it's the same all the time.
Yeah.
Like there was one episode where he had a blue shirt and it was weird to see him in a color other than red or black. Yeah,
it's like a guy that wears a suit everywhere. It's like, it works. When I was talking about like Giles in the early seasons and being like, Giles looks really spiffy. Like he's always wearing a suit. And like Wesley in the early seasons, he was always wearing he looked really sharp in a suit. Yeah.
But like Spike, I didn't feel right putting him on like any kind of best dressed because it's the same. So let's get to the worst dressed. Okay. Now, I'm pretty consistent in what I do here. Worst dressed, very obviously going to go to Willow. Very obviously. She wears frump-a-dump motherfucking pieces of flowy garbage all the time.
Oh my God.
She goes between looking like a fairy, like Once More with Feeling was the craziest. The craziest.
I don't even know if we can count that episode, but I guess
fairy Renaissance fair, terrible garbage. Then there's a couple episodes where she's looking like just a samurai. All of her sleeves are billowy. She wears jean skirts looking like a fucking homeschooled Quaker child. She looks so bad all the time. And then when they try to like switch her up when she goes dark, the wig looked terrible. The wig looked so awful. The denim shirt that she's wearing had so many buttons unnecessarily. And the sleeves are like cut with scissors up the sleeve. And she's wearing a long sleeve shirt on it. Like she looks so bad that she borders on looking like a Planet of the Apes character at the end of that. It was just so crappy. Now, I'm looking at the listeners' polls here, and they've got a lot of good arguments here. I can see where they're coming from with some of these. The least favorite, the worst dressed, according to the audience, is the trio. And I can hear an argument for that. They are consistently poorly dressed. They're nerdy. Warren's always got disco collars. When he's like, I'm going out on the town.
Your fashion kryptonite is disco collars.
When he decides he's like, oh, I'm going out on the town, it's always with a disco collar.
That's because we don't know what year it is in Sunnydale. Honestly, it might be the 70s.
It makes no sense. It's so crazy. Andrew has some of the worst drip ever.
Don't even put drip on that.
It's so bad. Like he'll wear like a plaid shirt with a t-shirt over top of it, and then just the weirdest shit. Like the sweaters that he wears are so bad. It's something when Jonathan is normally the best dressed of the trio.
Jonathan's style his style has changed a little bit since high school. Not the long sleeve polo shirts with stripes.
But it's crazy because like Warren and Andrew will like take big swings and just miss, just huge whiffs.
I love the costuming of the trio. I think it's great for the show.
No, I'm with you. It fits their characters. It fits who they are as like scummy nerds.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but they look fucking horrendous. But Jonathan is oddly like somehow the best dressed of those three. And like that's saying something. So audience, with your vote of like the trio, completely get it. I will hear your argument on that and I accept it. Audience worst dressed. The second worst dressed is Tara, which is another excellent choice. She suffers from a lot of the same stuff that Willow suffers from, especially that once more with feeling corset thing that she had on.
Is that worse than the dress that Willow makes hug her?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
The corset, like the weird coral aqua, like
does the spell make them dress that way? Because I know they have to dress that way because they want it to be like a fairy tale. I'm under your spell, singing outside. But she was just wearing that at the magic box. Like it was just like what she put on that morning.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they like walked outside and they magically were in that outfit, because magic does happen later with Dawn, who gets put in a dress when she's gonna marry Sweet, but she was just in like jeans and a shirt or something before that. But Tara, it was wearing that dress.
That was just like her regular Thursday wear. Dude, I can't get that image out of my head. Like, for as egregious as that one episode where you came on the Fashion Report /corner for Willow with that terrible sweater and like Tara and Buffy in that one scene, like the image of Tara in this corset is burned into my mind. Like I can picture it so clearly.
The mixture of that image plus the song just is something that will probably never leave me. Like I didn't have that memory before we started this podcast, start watching the show, and now I'll be on my deathbed with this like random image.
Your last words are going to be like, "You make me come complete."
What was he talking about?
So yeah, listeners, you had Tara at number 2. I accept that. Now the listeners at number 3 had Spike, and I Spike I feel like is a wash because he's number 3 on the best, he's number 3 on the worst. Like, and right under Spike is Willow. How do you not have Willow above Spike? I don't get that. I don't get that. Spike, I mean, he wears the same thing all the time, but like,
whew. No, I think it's Xander, right? Under worst dressed.
Number 3? It says here Spike.
No, it was the trio: Tara, Spike, and then it's Willow, right? And then it's Xander as the 4th one.
Oh, Xander's the 4th one. Yeah, Xander's pajamas and Once More with Feeling were pretty egregious, but like I don't know how you have Spike that high and you don't have Willow.
Oh, maybe that is Willow. There's 2 greens.
Yeah, I think Willow is number.
I think Willow's number 3, and then Xander's number 4. Yeah. Seems like they run out of colors.
Maybe we got this confused because Spike and Willow are green.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's the lighter green.
And Tara's also green.
No, Tara's blue on that one. When worst dress?
I'm looking at the pie chart.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pie chart and the thing. Tara's like a bluish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tara's definitely the 26.7. You're looking at the worst dress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just don't know how Willow isn't even making a dent on this list. I don't know how she's not.
I think that might be That might be Willow. That might be Willow and not
3.
Spike. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our pie chart, the colors are a little similar.
Yeah, the colors are similar. If you're on the thing, you can highlight, and Willow is the 15.
Okay, Willow's number 3.
Willow's number 3.
Okay.
Trio's number
right.
1. Yeah, if you hover over it, it'll tell you. Yeah, so it's
okay.
the trio. It's the trio, Tara, Willow, and then Xander.
Okay. All right. I thought our listeners lost their minds for a second. Okay. Okay. Willow number 3. Sure.
We know they didn't lose their mind because no one thinks it's all in Buffy's head. All right.
So yes.
Yeah.
Thus concludes Joe's Fashion Court. I think this is probably the longest segment of the recap.
I know. Nothing like a little confusion of pie charting.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do the fans' favorite episodes. Let's run through which episodes they like, because that is one that we didn't have to pick anything. We just get to see what they think.
Yeah, fan favorite podcast episodes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where that is. All right. So, do you want to go with the ones that they didn't like or the ones that they did like, Joe?
Let's go with their worst favorite, least favorite episodes of the podcast.
They're just okay podcast episodes.
Just okay.
Yeah. It's always tricky to gather this because we have 3. You can vote the top 3. And then sometimes one will get more first place votes, but then one gets more overall votes. So it's kind of like calculating through that. So the episode that people did not like as much, but still loved.
Just okay.
Just okay. Number 1 is Normal Again.
Maybe they didn't like our argument about the ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, Older and Far Away.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember too much from that episode, if I'm being real with you.
We talked about that episode consistently. That's when she gets trapped in the house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you mean from what we said about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as that,
I could see that one being a just okay episode.
I don't know. We like Clem.
Yeah, Clem rules.
Yeah. Once More with Feeling was number 3.
Ouch.
That's just okay.
Ouch.
Wow. Guess people really did not like Johnny.
Yeah. We're sorry, everybody. No more Johnny.
And then Hell's Bells, which I could understand. People not liking
that one.
Based off of the Discord chatter afterwards. And
oh, yeah.
We weren't burying Xander enough.
Yeah.
And
all right. Favorite podcast episodes.
Also, Once More with Feeling.
Number 1, love Johnny. All right, Johnny, you're back in the good graces.
Yeah, this one took some calculating, but I think Double Meat Palace made it as number 2.
Is that the Frywater one?
That is the Frywater one.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be number 1.
Tabula Rasa.
Okay.
Number 3, which is good. I remember that podcast being fun, and we had some fun on that one. Seeing Red.
Okay.
Which we got a lot of Discord chatter of people really like that one, it seems. I thought we did a decent job with it. I don't think we had one this season that we came away with like, I think we nailed this podcast.
Yeah.
I did remember listening to Seeing Red and thinking, yeah, we handled that.
Yeah,
I thought we had a nice balance of fun and seriousness in it.
Giving kudos where it was warranted.
Yep. And also, Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells made it on the favorite.
It's that,
polarizing.
Yeah.
We also have to, there's a caveat here where like a couple episodes in the listener poll were omitted. So who knows, maybe people thought that our episode on Grave or 2 to Go would have been the best. But
yes, this poll is prior to our last 2 episodes being released.
Yeah.
But I will say people seem to like 2 to Go.
Yeah.
2 to Go might have made it, but yeah.
So I accept this. Good
I am
stuff.
happy that we did justice to Once More Revealing, even though it did make the least favorite list. Because that was a whole episode we didn't want to mess up because we had heard about this one forever.
Yeah, we know that one was like an epic, amazing.
Yeah. And we said, how could we avoid messing it up? Let's bring in a third party.
Musical theater person.
Let's bring in another guest.
So if we do mess it up, we could blame it on her.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
What's it time for now, Vance?
It is time for us to just see what the listeners wrote down for their favorite moments. And then we'll do some Q&A questions, and then we'll talk about the movies that people listed that we should do for Patreon Boys Watching Movies, which should be interesting.
Yeah.
We already know.
Yeah. Favorite moment brought up again and again and again and again. Fry water, hot dog water.
Ridiculous show. Ridiculous. I'm happy people love that because I walked away like, I can't even believe this is a conversation.
Yeah. I also, again, want to clarify. It's not that I thought that's how fries were made. I didn't know how fries were made. There's a difference.
Is still a problem. That is still a problem in my eyes. That is also a problem when fries are named after how they're made. That's the only thing they have.
I knew that they're I don't know how frying works.
Again.
But believe me, I fucking know now, everybody.
Again, that was my issue. That was my issue.
Yeah. Got a lot of love for the me realizing that Warren Bott was on the bus.
Oh man, yeah. That is a moment I really appreciate to see that happen in real time. Normally it's like after an episode or something. But I was like, oh, this is gonna hit him during the podcast.
Yeah, it really hit me.
You were so like, yeah, he's trying to leave. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I was like, you did watch the episode. You have like a thing where you get so locked into your notes. And I knew that's what happened.
Yeah. It was pretty hilarious. Like when it hit me like a lightning bolt. Oh.
Yeah. I was like, we'll just get to it.
Yeah.
Someone liked the absolute vilification of Normal Again. They also didn't like that episode, I guess.
Yeah. Bringing up Doris, justice for Doris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still stand that way. Dude, she got fucked.
Yeah.
Doris, the social worker.
I'm going to jump back into this because I completely forgot. Slay of the slays of the series. I wrote some down. And Doris, Doris is I have to find the wording because I think, let's see, where is this? Best Slays of Season. It is Invisible Buffy slaying social worker Doris's mental well-being. Made it to my best slays of the season. I'm just gonna run down mine. I don't know if you have any. Scissor lift.
I mean, I kind of already talked about the ones that I would be like, oh, that's the slay.
Scissor lift decapitation, top slay.
Yeah, the construction site one.
Yep.
That one's pretty sick.
Willow skinning Warren, top.
Yeah, obviously.
Old lady demon being beheaded and put in a meat grinder. That's a top one.
Okay.
I also put the column. I put the column stomping of future Xander at the wedding. The fact that Xander just killed the demon in front of everybody is insane.
Yeah, it is insane. Then it's even more insane for Anya to be like, all right, we can still go through with it, right? Fuck out of here.
The saddest slay is Warren killing Katrina.
Yeah, that was a little too real.
I mean, you could argue that the saddest slay is Tara, but
that one was quick.
I mean, I'm not talking about speed. I mean, it's the same time. I mean, Katrina just got hit and died the same speed of it. It's so like,
I disagree.
Like Tara is an innocent bystander in it.
Yeah.
But Katrina, just for her to get, man.
I think that Katrina's worse because she realizes the situation that she's in and she's trying to escape. Like Tara didn't even really get to realize the situation. She just kind of is like, boom, shot.
No, I'm saying Katrina's the saddest one.
Yeah. That one sucks.
Because she's not even a part. Because again, for this, Tara put herself, and this is not a victim blame thing, but Tara put herself in the crosshairs when she went back with Willow.
Yeah.
When you're with them, you are in the danger zone.
That's why I asked, would you still be friends with them?
I would not. I changed my opinion after that episode. I said, I will take my chances of dying a Sunnydale resident's death.
Yeah.
Than to be constantly under attack. And Katrina would just mind her own business, having a drink at a bar. Something I enjoyed.
Warren rocked up with his fucking disco collar. Hey there, baby. The worst game.
Yeah. But back to
my sleigh is less like physical, actual cool, but like the good night bitch.
Oh yeah, that's
nobody actually got slayed there, but like that's just such a moment.
Yeah, I have a couple of those for Angel, where it's like, no one died from that, but that's the great moment.
Yeah. All right, back to the favorite podcast moments.
When Joe predicted the flaying of Warren.
That was pretty sweet. I love when we get a lot of love about like our predictions being pretty spot on sometimes, and then the other ones being way, way, way.
It doesn't matter.
Way off.
It's a win-win. Just predict anything. Bringing up Doris, people seem to someone like that one that we kept bringing her up. Justice for Doris, man. Seriously. She did not deserve to be like getting fired and losing her job, basically.
That sucked. Someone's put, I like all the Dawn shit talk.
Why is Buffy a thing? 3 question marks.
Yeah, a lot of how is Buffy a thing on here too. I'm surprised this one didn't get more love because I loved doing this. The AC/DC prediction for Hell's Bells.
Oh yeah, you killed that.
I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah. Hot dog water, clutch your pearls, fuck the Scoobies, the Clem and Sophie relationship love.
Yeah.
People love fuck the Scoobies.
I mean, how could you not?
I can't believe it hasn't been said before. Episode 3, connecting with Buffy's trauma, fighting about predictions. Yeah. We definitely got heated about those predictions that were basically right.
Yeah, man. People in general we get a lot of love for the tangents that we go on sometimes.
I don't even remember the tangents in the episode that people really liked the tangents that we went on.
People are like, the tangents from this episode. I'm like,
The tangents from villains or something? I don't remember what we said.
I'm not sure. Glad you like them, though.
The Gene Simmons tangent, especially, it's like she was sleeping with Orson Welles. Frywater, though, is the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And you knew that was going to be.
Yeah.
So,
we
appreciate it, everybody.
Serial talk, and someone shouted out Johnny as guest host.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Glad. Hope we have some more moments as we get into season 7. And hopefully you enjoy all of those.
When the crystal turns black, their memories are whacked. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get into the Q&A portion of this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just kind of run down these and see which ones are quick, which ones are short, let's just go through them and see if we can speed run these.
Yeah, I'll let you handle this.
I have not pre-read these, so I don't really know what they are, but I'll read it to myself and see if it's like worth, and then maybe we'll see. What series is coming next for the boys? Stay tuned.
A lot of discussion about what that's going on Discord.
People, finally, someone.
We got a half a year, basically, people.
Yeah, someone. It's gonna come up sooner than we think, though.
I know,
but people are making valid arguments. I am more curious, though, of what shows people would be like, I'm done. We're getting some people saying,
"Oh yeah."
Some people are like,
if you do that, I'm off the boys train.
Yeah. I'm always curious, like, which one is like a no go. But people have been pitching Gilmore Girls, of course, and Veronica Mars and stuff. And who knows? We didn't know we were gonna do Buffy. Buffy was not even close to being on our radar when we started this.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe some wild card to come out. Yeah. What is your favorite songs and Once More Feeling? Do you still listen to any of them?
I'm under your spell.
I would say just listen to the episode after that, because I think we do a little follow-up tabula rasa of our songs. But do we still listen to any of them? I don't.
No, I don't. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I can't let this stuff get stuck in my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend will sing the 4 words of the first song that she knows every once in a while, but that's as close as I get to. And then me singing Under Your Spell. And
besides pulling the clips for our Instagram, I haven't rewatched the episode either. So I've only seen the episode once. If your life turned into a musical, what would you most likely sing about?
I would sing probably a lot about anti-corporation greed shit. Anti-corporate America. I go on YouTube rabbit holes of anti-corporate America stuff, and I get really mad and sad about it. So I'd probably be singing about that.
I'd probably be singing as a procrastination for doing something else.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
All right.
Are either of you the youngest sibling? Thinking about Dawn empathy. I am the oldest, and Joe is a youngin.
Yeah, I'm the youngest. Yeah, I wonder if my sister would be like, "Oh yeah, you did that with Dawn." Like Dawn, I can't.
Yeah, I'm sure you are annoying though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still annoying.
Yeah, no, that's what like. Yeah, I know. How do you think the series will end, and what would you want to see for season 7? I think we'll save that for our predictions.
Have to wait for the predictions, yeah.
Do you see yourself rewatching the show in the future or showing to someone close to you?
I could see that.
I don't know if I could see myself rewatching the show.
I could see myself rewatching a couple episodes, but not the entire. I don't rewatch anything. There's only like 1 or 2 things that I've rewatched from front to back.
Like I've done some rewatches of, like I rewatched the Wire once, and I did Breaking Bad, and like the things that I'll normally rewatch might be like a comedy movie, like an old comedy movie, just that I've seen again, or just like sitcom stuff, like dumb stuff like that. Like I'll watch I don't know, like 30 Rock. I've gone through rewatches of that. Just stuff that you can put on. Like it's not like heavy lifting.
Stuff that doesn't require a lot of investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's tough, especially with Buffy. Like this is a long series. So
the one-off episodes, I feel like if I was going to rewatch anything in Buffy, it might be like season 1 episodes, or then maybe like
Halloween,
a Hush, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what would draw me to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm already behind on so much stuff.
That's the thing. Is like there's so much good TV. Like I could rewatch a movie because it's hour and a half, 2 hours. I like one of the things that I have rewatched is the anime Steins Gate, which is only like 24 episodes. Yes, Vance hates Steins Gate.
I need to rewatch Death Note. I still haven't done that.
I think I may have rewatched Death Note or started to, but like there's just so much stuff that I want to watch and just haven't gotten to yet that it's tough to rewatch stuff.
And this is different because we've podcasted about it and we've taken notes on it. I don't know. It'll be different.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a normal watching for enjoyment only show for me.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't enjoy it. It's just, it's a step to another thing usually.
Yeah. We're enjoying the show.
Yes.
We like the show.
Yes.
But it's different when you're like watching it and taking notes and trying to get quotes right and get all the storylines right so we can talk about it and discuss it and dissect it, as opposed to just like putting it on and turning your mind off and be like,
yeah. Let's see. Which one episode character would you like to see back in season 7? I would think hold off on predictions for that one.
Yeah, that's a prediction thing.
After season finale, any prediction? Do you think there's a possibility of a believable redemption arc for Spike? Additionally, what do you see for Spike in season 7? That'll be more prediction stuff.
Yeah.
If you could erase a plot line from season 6, what would it be, and what would you replace it with? That's a good one.
Yeah, because I want to say Willow's magic addiction.
Yeah.
I think the magic addiction, because it could be more of a power thing.
I know what mine would be. It would be Amy the Rat coming back and being a complete negative force to Willow. I feel like her character completely was changed when she came back, and then also like she pretended like she was cool in high school. It's like, no, you weren't. Like,
yeah.
Could
I erase Dawn from season 6?
Sure, she magically came up in season 5.
And replace it with just an enjoyable show. Replace it with nothing. Replace her with Clem, more Clem.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see Clem again in season 7? Yeah, I think we will.
I hope to God we do.
Okay, this was a question about D&D characters. I will not be able to answer that
D&D.
at all.
I'm not a fucking nerd.
We had planned on trying to do it on Discord.
Yeah.
For something, but yeah.
I'm
curious about D&D. I think D&D is probably fun just because it's just all like weird, made up stuff. It gets a bad rep, I think. We got a bad rep when we were growing up, but you have to be into the medieval stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fantasy person. Like, I don't like Lord of the Rings. I don't like that kind of like dragon, wizard, fairy tale type stuff.
I will say the Dungeons and Dragons movie is really good, the new one.
I heard that it was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And it, like, the people that I know that have reviewed it were like, it's a shame that more people didn't go to see it because it's probably not going to get like a sequel because not many people saw it, but it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you think season 7 will be able to get you on the Buffy train, or has it left the station forever? I'm off that train,
I think it's
man.
left. Yeah, I think it's off.
I'm off that train. But you do you.
Yeah. I think I'm. I don't think I'm on.
Feelings on the trio, a very divisive villain in a very divisive season.
I don't feel like it should be. I don't know why they would be divisive. They were They killed one of the Scoobies.
Yeah, they were bad guys.
They were effective. I mean, they're scumbags. They embody more of the negatives of patriarchal misogyny than Xander does, which is, I think, a lot of the argument why Xander. Like, they're the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even subtle though. Like, they don't do any subtlety. Like, at the end, Warren is just. I never understood Warren talking back to Willow while being strapped up, like he was in charge. I was like, that is a level.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, and I know that Xander's misogyny is like more subtle, and like that's the pervasive nature of it. And look, I'll call out Xander when he's being misogynistic as well. But I think like these guys, like, again, going back to Goodnight Bitch, Buffy ripping his fucking ball sack and emasculating him, castrating him. Goodnight Bitch. Fantastic. Like, how do you not? I don't understand why people wouldn't like them.
And it sent him over the edge where he came back with a gun.
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was there.
Like it's
incel before that was
still,
a term.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like what makes it a good villain.
My question that I wrote down, what did you think about Jonathan Andrew getting away at the end?
I would have been more okay with it if it was maybe just Jonathan, because he did kind of have a little bit of a redemption, but then it gets taken away because he just leaves. Like, he was going to be like, we're going back to jail. We're going to serve our time.
And then he immediately.
Yeah, and then he just like leaves.
In like 20 minutes, he left. In 20 minutes, he was like, well, let's leave. I'm going to leave with Andrew, who I was like.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. They don't really get I don't think they deserve to die like Warren did.
Yeah.
But they did deserve to get some kind of comeuppance, and they just don't really.
Yeah. I think Willow deserves some comeuppance too, but I don't think she's.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, I don't really have a prediction for them, for Jonathan and Andrew. I don't know if you do, but
yeah. I don't think I do.
Yeah.
But what did you feel about the trio?
I just the trio as a whole. Yeah, I thought it was a good way to build them up as like not a real threat to becoming a threat, because they did this. I wanted them to do that with Harmony when they were laughing at Harmony, like, Harmony's after me, the girl from high school. She can't do anything. I'm like, she's a vampire. She's strong. You're not always around. She kidnapped your sister. Vampires can do anything. And then when she finds out that the trio turning her invisible, and she's like, you're the guy that's messing with me? All right, I guess I'll hunt them down. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And you know what I was thinking? Because I posted on Instagram a little Who Did It Better, Buffy or Spider-Man. And I was watching that scene where Buffy is almost cut in half by those chainsaws, those those buzzsaws. And I was like, if Buffy would have died there, wouldn't that be on all of them?
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. They were trying to kill. You set up a trap that would kill anybody. If a maintenance worker walked in, they're dead. If Willow walked in, she's dead.
Landlord.
Minus witch powers. Like, you know what I mean? So you guys set up death traps.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good. I thought they did a good job of slowly making their threat more and more dangerous.
And you can see the dark path that they start to walk down, because they're silly at first. And like Warren obviously was always like sleazy, the head guy. Like he's willing to go darker than everybody, and he just pulls everybody in with him.
But then
I thought it was a great villain.
And then they also learn what rape is, which is good for them to teach the people watching the show. Because, my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we do feel that the show's different than high school.
Yeah, high school years are way different than this. Yeah, nobody was getting raped in that. I mean, there was some sexual
there's still stuff, No, I mean,
but like, this is dark.
It was campier in the beginning. It was campier in the beginning. And I think when we do our season rankings, because we're going to rank all the seasons again, which is always tough, because it's hard. It's hard because it's like, what episodes stand out? Is this good? I don't know what terror storylines I would have given her if she had more, but just I don't know. I would have liked to see her with see her with people outside of the Scoobies, I guess.
Yeah, the question is like, if Tara was given more storylines, what would they be? I kind of liked it when she was a confidant to Buffy, when Buffy was like talking to her about Spike. I was like, oh, she's a good friend that's outside of the Scooby group that she can confide in.
I think I would have liked more, and this seems weird, but I would have liked to see more Dawn Tara, because I think they had a bond when they first came up, because they were the outside Scoobies that are there. And they could have kind of built something off of that, and instead it was always like, are you going to get back with Willow? Are you going to get back with Willow? As opposed to her helping her out with something. They could have had their own little side adventure episode, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Someone says compare this season specifically to season 2.
Do we think it's darker than season 2?
Dark Willow versus White Willow versus Angelus. I
mean, it's kind of similar, because it is the big bad villain has an intimately close relationship with Buffy. It's her best friend versus her boyfriend. There is like some sexuality type of stuff with with Spike versus like Angel having sex with Buffy and then turning into Angelus.
But it wasn't like the whole addicted to magic and then I need to get help and bring.
I think season 2 is better.
Yeah.
But it is comparative. I would say it's comparatively fucked up, like a mind fuck for Buffy.
Yes, but I think this is a mind fuck for Buffy coming back to life, but I don't think it's a mind fuck for Buffy when Willow is addicted to magic because she seems to not even care that much. The difference of season 2 and this season is that Buffy doesn't care to be around. She's not even trying.
Yeah.
Not my favorite when the main character is not trying.
I like this question. How do you feel about the lack of Angel crossovers?
I'm all right.
Minus
that one. Minus that one.
Yeah. The bait and switches. It sucks.
Are there more places, ways to listen and support you now that you've been signed? No, we've joined the podcast network. Yeah, on Patreon we got the Boys Watching Movies stuff, which is good. We have Angel, which is going to be real intense in this final season. Yeah, this is a nice time for us to announce that after this episode, we are going to be releasing a bonus episode before we jump right into season 7 because we need to get ahead of Angel, according to our moderator Elias.
Big shout out to Elias
and Alex on Discord, who did the heavy lifting of figuring out what we need to see and what order to not be spoiled because we're doing Angel concurrently. So
apparently there's some like fuckery with the timeline and crossovers and stuff. So we were alerted to the fact like, hey, you should probably get ahead of Angel. But we didn't want to leave you guys hanging with like no episode or anything. So we're going to release a little bonus episode for you.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, we got our Amazon wish list. We got merch. Those are the best ways to support the boys.
Yeah, just sharing the podcast with people that you think would enjoy it.
Yeah. If you know any other Buffy fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably something Don's not supposed to see. I agree.
Yep.
Was it wrong to murder Warren? Technically, yeah.
Yeah, technically, yeah. It did send Willow on a dark path, but I was okay with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just as wrong as Buffy killing that vampire that was giving suck jobs to Riley.
Yeah.
How would you have felt if Xander and Buffy had gotten together this season?
I mean, we've talked about it before. Xander's not the worst option for Buffy.
Right?
Based on her history, he's got a job. He's always sticking by her. He's protecting her. I know that he's like moved past that point of the relationship.
Yeah.
Unless Buffy was like, hey, you wanna? He'd probably jump at the chance now that like he and Anya are probably officially done. I think that there's worse options out there for Buffy as we've seen.
Yeah. We've gotten a lot of questions about the ranking the likability of the characters. Due to time constraints, we are not going to do a full likability ranking because also fuck the Scoobies.
Yeah, fuck all the Scoobies.
Willow's the worst. Giles is secretly one of the worst. Xander is not great. Tara's probably the best one out of them all. Dawn's too annoying and whiny.
Yeah, Tara's absolutely an angel.
Yeah.
Definitely going to the mental institution in the sky.
Yep. Here's a good one.
I love this question.
Is this the if you had to add in one of the main 4 girls from Girls, a podcast that we did, our first podcast.
Boys Watching Girls.
Yes. Into the Scoobies this season, which would you pick? I am going to go with Marnie. Yeah.
Why?
I just think she would add that Cordelia level.
I was going to say, I'd feel like a little redundancy with Cordelia.
Here's what I'll say. If I had the girls from Girls, I can say Marnie is like a Cordelia. Shoshana is basically Shoshana, I would say, is a little Dawn in the beginning. I think she has a little naivety of Dawn, but a little bit of Anya. Say whatever you want to say. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. I would say that Lena Dunham's character is more Dawn because she's just always complaining and bitching.
Yeah. But I would say Lena Dunham is maybe more Willow in a way too.
Yeah, okay.
The way Willow is now. And then Jessa. Ooh, that's a tough one to place.
Yeah, I don't know. She's Amy the Rat.
Kind of, actually.
Yeah, Jessa sucked ass in that show. I fucking hated her.
Jessa is one of the weirdly divisive characters. Like, people love her in that show. You are not a fan.
I hated her.
Marnie turned out to be one of the worst, though. They're all bad.
Yeah, they're all so unlikable. But also, fuck the Scoobies.
Yes.
Shoshana's kind of Xander, in a way.
How?
Maybe no. Anya was better. Yeah.
I think Anya, because she says what's on her mind, like unfiltered a lot of the times, but she also has that youthfulness. Like, I think Trachtenberg could have played that role.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said, "Don't tell them what to do." So
we won't.
And the rest are like going to come up and out like
they're kind of prediction based.
So would you like to do the season rankings and then predictions, or
let's do season rankings and then predictions.
Or do you? Okay, we have three things: season rankings, predictions, and then we have our what movies for the podcast. So when do you want to do the movies?
Yeah, let's do the movies now. Actually,
let's do the movies now, Jim. So this list has a bunch, but I wrote down some. And
some of the repeat ones. Which ones got like the most votes?
Yeah, let's see. Poll results. Okay, so we got. This is a repeat too from last time, but we got 3 people for the Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay.
2 people for Can't Hardly Wait, a movie that I've seen.
I have never seen that one.
2 people for Southland Tales, which I didn't realize
know that
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in it.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I knew that The Rock was in it. But...
And Sean William Scott is in it. And it's the guy that did Donnie Darko. I think. So that's interesting. I don't know how popular that movie, it kind of bombed, but I heard it wasn't that bad. We've got Jawbreaker, which I've heard of. I don't think I've seen it.
I've never even heard of that.
Clueless, which we both have seen.
I could be down.
But people are down for that. Someone wrote Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, baby. Now you're speaking to me.
But we were talking about doing Hercules, so I don't know which one is. I mean, you're only gonna get one of those. One.
That's tough. They're both so good.
The Game, this Michael Douglas movie, I really enjoy that movie. I don't know if it fits what we do.
I don't know what that is.
That movie by Amber Benson called Chance, that stars James Marsters, that we've heard is not great. We got some award season movies, Saltburn and Poor Things.
Saltburn and Poor Things.
Yeah.
I heard that Saltburn is fucked up.
Yeah. I do want to see Poor Things. I haven't seen it yet. Any Marvel movie. What Marvel movie will we do? What Marvel movie will we even do?
I feel like it'd have to be like one of the early ones, because
I don't even know which one would be like compelling to talk to after all this time.
I mean, so many people have talked about Marvel movies.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Someone says any Nicholas Sparks movie, which is like The Notebook, Dear John, which Johnny brought up.
I was going to say Johnny definitely wrote that one. I feel like Johnny definitely wrote this one.
A Walk to Remember. Yeah, I have not seen.
I've never seen any of those.
Yeah. Someone put down Dragon Ball Evolution because Joe likes anime.
It's anime live action.
It's a live action with James Marsters.
Fun fact, I never watched any kind of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Balls, anything.
Yeah. Neither have I.
There's too many episodes. That's one of those ones that I get intimidated by because there's like a fucking 1,000 episodes.
People love it. But I always remember, isn't that the one where they do a giant punch and then they sit there and talk for like 20 minutes and then they punch it in?
Yeah, it's like 5 episodes and then like 3 punches are exchanged. Yeah. That's kind of the trope of that.
So someone put Simply Irresistible, which is already been released this month.
Yeah, we got ahead of you on that one.
Yeah, we did. And
got ahead of you on that one.
And someone else put I Know What You Did Last Summer, which lucky for you, we already reviewed this. It's already
sign
up
up
on
for
Patreon.
the Patreon already, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what we did last summer? We did a podcast on that fucking movie.
And some repeats from like the last time we got Wrong Turn, Do Revenge, Euro Trip, and only one Twilight this time.
I think people maybe have given up on Twilight, to be honest with you.
Maybe Twilight will come. Maybe.
I mean, who knows?
I'll just say this. I know if we do Twilight, the thing will be, you got to do the rest of them. And it's a 4-movie. It's a 4-movie thing.
Hey, never say never.
Never say never, but never. I know.
But also, not too jazzed about that.
Yeah.
Okay, season rankings. We're ranking all of the seasons that we've watched from Buffy so far.
I'm even going to rank season 7.
Just going to go out on a limb.
Just to go out on a limb.
Fucking put season 7 somewhere.
I don't like it.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
All right. It's tough. At the top, I'm going season 2, the Angelus season. Season 3 is number 2, the Mayor season. Great ones. Gonna go season 5 with Glory. Season 1, season 6, season 4. But 5, 1, and 6, I could flip those anywhere. Like, I love the campiness of season 1. It was finding its footing. It was fun, good times. Monster of the week, du jour. I loved Glory as a villain. I thought, like, they're just so different. Like, season 6 is so dark and intimate and real at some points. Yeah. I go 5, 1, 6. But that's not to say that I don't like season 6.
Yeah. This is interesting because I have the exact same thing written down. Yeah.
I feel like we used to disagree between 3 and 2 at the top.
I have my old ranking from last season, and it was 2, 3, 5, 1, 4.
Okay, because I feel like maybe I put 3 at the top before.
Maybe. And then this one, when I was doing it, I wrote 2, 3, 5, 1, and I was debating if I wanted to put 1 above 5.
Yeah.
And it's tough because 1 is a shorter season too. It's
I'll
tough.
put 1 above 5. I'll put 1 above 5 because 1 didn't have Dawn. 1, 5, 6. There we go. 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, 4.
But you don't get the body episode. And you don't get I feel like there was some, I think 5 might have had worse episodes in it. That was my thing. I was debating the 1, 5, and 6. And I can't tell if I like 6 more than 5.
Yeah.
The more I think about the Glory stuff, the less I like Glory as a villain. I think she didn't do a lot.
Yeah.
Like the trio is a better villain than Glory. Like,
whoa, dude, you're about to get fucking Discord on fire for saying that.
I just think they do more damaging stuff.
Yeah, they're more effective.
They're darker.
Like,
I love Angelus. Like 2 and 3 are Sandals. They're the Mayor is amazing. Glory is fun character, but it was just a lot of the same. I feel like they spun their wheels a lot.
It was maybe we're looking at it through rose-colored glasses as well because 4 was so bad.
4 was always going to be bottom just because Adam and then the Riley stuff and then like the sex in the wall thing. Was that 4? That was 4.
Yeah, that was 4.
I mean, it was just a lot of.
And then like the loose thread of Maggie Walsh.
Oh yeah, no, 4 is definitely worse. Like I just don't know if 5, 1, and 6 are tough because 1 is campy, 6 is super dark, 5 is a transitional from like
it's a return to form, but they weren't quite there. It's a rebound hookup.
Yeah. So I don't know if 6 is better than 5. Because like I said, we had less episodes that I would like be like, oh, these are really bad episodes. Like when I was looking at the worst, this season was the one where it wasn't like, okay, these are the 3 worst. Yeah. I think the other seasons it was easier. One is just so far removed that it's hard to gauge. So I'm going to stick with what you had originally and just say 2, 3, 5, 1, 6, 4.
I switched mine up from 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, 4.
Yeah. I do think 5 and 1 are interchangeable. And
I could hear an argument. 5 gets knocked down just because of Dawn.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's that. All right. Predictions time. Predictions time. All right.
I don't know how I feel about any of these, but let's do it.
All right. I'll kick it off. I'll just run through all of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Spike redemption arc. More specifically, he feels bad now because he has a soul for all the bad stuff that he's done, but Buffy won't take him back as a romantic partner. She'll forgive him eventually, but the other Scoobs will have a harder time forgiving him. Next.
The show creates a rape apologist. Like,
dude,
I know.
Next, Willow redemption arc. She gets forgiven much faster and easier than Spike.
Yeah.
But she feels bad about it all season, and then eventually they'll need to lean on her in a crucial moment, and she'll come through. Because, as Buffy says in Normal Again, she always comes through. Next, Xander and Anya become friends, but they don't get back together romantically.
Okay.
They have an understanding between each other. They know that they weren't right for each other, but they have a kind of real recognize real type of thing.
Okay.
Next, Dawn learns how to fight, goes on more missions with the Scoobies. And then final, big season 7 prediction. Buffy dies at the end.
Okay.
Those are my predictions for season 7. That's what I got here.
Okay.
Some stuff that I feel like is a little safe, but some swings.
Yeah. What's your swing? What's your big swing, you would say?
Buffy dies at the end.
That's your big swing?
I feel like that's a pretty big swing.
She's already died twice.
It's like a yearly thing, Joe. It's not, this is a constant. No, I think that Buffy dies at the end.
Okay. All right. Here's my predictions. I do have some swings.
All right. I love this.
All right. Buffy saves the world again and dies again. That's the first one.
Okay.
Buffy gets a non-fast food job, possibly in an office. Workplace hijinks ensue.
Oh, okay.
Xander becomes a literal angel, possibly a guardian angel. Now that's a swing, man. That's how you swing.
Okay.
That's
that
how you
is
swing.
A big swing.
That's how you swing. It's season 7, man. I'm going out swinging. If I hit any of these, it's a win. All right. Willow starts a good witch coven with Amy the Rat using only pure magics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She becomes like a healer type witch.
Yeah. Because there's dark magics, and we've been introduced to the essence of pure magic.
Okay. Yeah.
Anya tries to quit being a vengeance demon, and it doesn't go over well.
Oh.
Dawn becomes a slayer in training, plus gets a human boyfriend.
All right. Okay.
Faith makes a cameo.
Whoa. Dude, you're swinging. I love this.
I told you, I'm swinging.
Damn, your imagination. I love it.
Oz shows up to get help with a werewolf crisis.
Okay. Wait, I thought that he was done with his werewolf. Oh, wait, no, he wasn't.
He can control.
Yeah. Went to Tibet.
Lastly, Giles partners up with Ethan Rayne for one last adventure.
Oh, I hope that comes true.
Yeah.
I hope that comes true.
I don't have any predictions written down for Spike.
That's a tough one. Spike's is tough. I think that he's getting a redemption arc for sure.
I hate that already. So I'm just going to stick with my weird predictions my wild predictions here. Yeah.
I love your wild predictions, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. So there you have it, everybody. That is our season 6 recap. Those are our season 7 predictions. And fucking let's kick it off hot, Vance. Let's see what the next episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the first episode, is titled Lessons.
Oh my God. Are we finally going to learn where Slayers come from? 6 seasons in, I don't know how they're chosen. Oh, I know what this is. This is Buffy training Dawn.
Buffy training Dawn?
Yeah.
Showing her the world?
I want to show you the world. I've only been to Sunnydale and Los Angeles for a little bit. And then we took that road trip to the desert.
Yeah.
Buffy hasn't seen anything.
Lessons, I'm going to predict. I think it's a good prediction that she's teaching Dawn how to slay some stuff. That's good. I'll hop on that train. I also am going to say this is going to be the start, piggybacking off of your prediction, of Willow learning pure magic's lessons.
Mm. Oh, she's going to go straight into learning pure magic.
Like I said, dude, they're going to forgive her so fast.
Right.
And it's going to be such bullshit. But there you have it. And there you go, everybody. That is a wrap for our season 6 recap. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking around. Hop on Discord. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy. We're doing a season 3 recap for Angel. And we'll do Boys Watching Movies, Simply Irresistible. It's up there, man. Listen to that. Watch that movie. It's free on YouTube at the moment with ads. It's free on Plex. I think that's where I watched it, which is an app. It's free. Watch that fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, it's something.
Yeah. Check it out. Follow us on Instagram at Boys Watching Buffy. Email us at boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. And stay tuned next time when we drop a hot surprise bonus episode on you. And yeah, enjoy that bonus episode. See ya.
Seltzer Kings
podcasts.